two ice cream cones. I mean, it looks like a great ice cream cone. I'm sure I would love it. I probably would have added sprinkles, but you know, that's me. I wanted to share something really, really cool. One of the hottest series in coin collecting right now is the American High Relief series. They only make these every other year because it's a hard coin to make. It's a 1 ounce gold coin that's in super high relief. They use all the craziest technology today, lasers and computers to make these things. But the thing I love about it is, you know, it's inspired by the St. Gaudens high relief and ultra high relief coins from 1907. But what they do is they get the greatest artists of today to come up with completely new ways to, you know, make an image of liberty. So it's not just Lady Liberty, you know, or Lady Liberty with a torch or something like it was historically over time. You know, we've had designs like this Mustang, this like bucking Bronco that is insane. I mean, the coins are worth double, triple what they were when they first came out. You cannot find these coins. Every time we get one, it sells instantly because they're just spectacular coins. They also had an image of Liberty, again, instead of being a classic Lady Liberty, they had a bristlecone pine tree. Again, sold out so fast, can't find those coins anymore. But like I said, they only put these out every other year. It's a new design every time. 2025 is the year that a new one comes out. They didn't make a 2024, so we're looking forward to this new coin coming out. And this is what I want to share because you probably have not seen this anywhere yet, but the Mint has released, I think it's 28 different sketches, you know, designs that different artists have proposed, and they're narrowing this down through the Citizens Coin Advisory Committee. They have these 28 designs, and I'm going to look at these now, and I'm going to rank them. I have a tier list here, and I'm going to put these things, you know, which ones I think are the best, which ones I'm not in love with, why I like them, why I don't. And anyway, let me get into it, and let's take a look at these designs because they are so cool. Some of these are awesome. You know, first, let's start at the beginning. All right, so this one I like a lot. It's kind of a classic Lady Liberty. Little different take. I've never seen Liberty with a torch and also holding those arrows, kind of showing enlightenment, but also we're going to defend ourselves. And also a little different, more kind of angular, modern version of the sun rays behind Lady Liberty, but with a very realistic Lady Liberty. I like this one a lot. I'm going to put this... I could move this up to the S, the superb category later. Right now I'm going to put this A. I do like this one a lot. Let's see what's next here. Next, we've got this cartoon version. Now, I have to say, it's kind of like a graffiti art version of the Statue of Liberty with "In God We Trust." For some reason, I'm just not like loving it. But what I do love is that it's a completely new take on it. So I'm going to rank this kind of in the middle because, like I said, for some reason, I'm not like loving it. But I also do love the creativity and the newness of it, that it's something, you know, we're trying new ideas that have never been done on a U.S. coin before. So for that reason, I do have a lot of respect for it. This is cute. We've got sun rays again, and we've got these hands releasing these butterflies, kind of a different font for Liberty there. You know, I like butterflies a lot. It's pretty, and it's very different. Where am I going to put this one? You know, I feel like, I don't know, I like the butterflies. I'm going to put that one up here. Let's see. And then it looks like the next one is also a different take on this butterfly one. Let's see what this next one looks like. You know what? They're so close. I got to go back and forth. Which one do I like better? They're very similar. It looks like they've kind of changed the sun's rays. So on this version, the sun's rays are kind of darker. So this would probably be like almost more like a reverse or like a proof, kind of with probably mirrored fields and like a frosted sun rays in the background. Whereas this is kind of more like almost reverse proof, probably frosted background with these rays. I don't know. They're kind of neck and neck. I don't know which one I like better. They're kind of too close to call for me. I guess that's going in the same. I feel like I got to move them down, though, one, because I feel like I do like this one better. I'm going to move this one down here. I'll play with this little. All right, let's see who's next here. You know, we've got this cartoon again. I give points for kind of the creative style. I don't know. In some ways, as much as I like the newness of the designs, I also am kind of a traditionalist in the look of it. Again, I like the creativity. I like the style of cartoon. It's a little too cartoony for my coins, though. I'm going to put it down here. All right. Next, we've got... This looks like it would be actually better on like a, with the torch, it reminds me of some artwork that would be used on like a Olympics t-shirt for a kid or something. All right. You get the Dove of Peace. It's interesting. The one that I put ranked highest had that Lady Liberty's holding arrows, showing that we're going to defend ourselves. This is a little more of the peaceful angle here. I don't know what the proposed reverse for this. Maybe it's got, M16s or something to show the opposite side of the Dove of Peace, that we're going to defend ourselves. But I don't know. It's nice, but I don't know. For some reason, I'm not in love with it. I'll put it down. I'm going to put it down here. I don't know. Again, a little too cartoony. I kind of like this image, though, of her holding up and kind of releasing the dove with the rays. I think a little more than the other dove-themed one. I give this one, I'll put this one up a little higher there. Put it up here. That's, again, the cartoony looking ones are a little, I like this image of, Lady Liberty kind of handing you the torch, sort of like she's handing you an ice cream cone. But I do, as much as I'm not in love, again, with the kind of cartoony look on our coins, been collecting coins too long, I'm not quite used to it yet. I do kind of like that one, though. I'll give that one a little higher. Put that one up here. Now, this is an interesting angle on the Liberty Bell. I love the Liberty Bell. We've seen it on coins before. We've seen it on the back of the Franklin half. And I've been to the Liberty Bell with my family in Philadelphia there. This is a really interesting angle. I think I'd like to see them tighten it up and make it a little more realistic. But I do like that it's a very different take on the Liberty Bell, kind of that upward angle view from the bottom there. I'm going to put this up. I'm going to put it in A, assuming that they would tidy it up and make it a little more realistic and less cartoonish. But I do kind of like that theme. Well, that's interesting. We've got kind of the hand of Liberty holding that torch of freedom with kind of the wings of the eagle, I guess, kind of growing out of the hand of freedom. It's kind of interesting. I'm not sure what I think about the wings kind of coming out of the hand. It's sort of almost looks like if you put into AI, like put all the symbols of liberty together and it just stuck the eagle's wings on the wrist. Well, I think I'm going to put this one. I can't get over the wing coming out of the wrist. I'm going to move it down into tier C. Let's see the next one. See what's going to move up to the top tiers here. This I like a lot. I love this imagery of the wind blowing the seeds. You've got these dandelions here growing, and then it's kind of like planting the seeds of liberty. If this flower is representing liberty, and that's kind of the winds blowing the seeds of liberty, expanding liberty. I really like that look. I'm gonna move this one near the top. Let's see. I'm going to put it all the way to... I'm going to put it up in A by these ones. We'll see. We'll see at some point when I get excited and move one up to the very, very top tier, if it's one of these ones or if it's something we haven't looked at yet. I'm curious. Let's see what keeps coming, though. We get 28 designs here, so I got a bunch of different ones. This I really like. I love this version of this flower, too. We got a sunflower here. I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know who designed this, but I would almost bet that this is a design by Emily Damstra. She does phenomenal work, and I really love her nature work. She's done a lot of, before doing coins, she's done a lot of images of plants and animals and things. So I wouldn't be surprised if this is her work. She's such an artist, and I like this one a lot. I'm going to put this up near the top. I'm going to move this sunflower up into that A category. I really like that one a lot. I think it's a different take on liberty, and I just really like the style of it. Again, I kind of lean more towards these more realistic versions than the cartoon versions, I think. But then again, sometimes I like stylized ones. This is pretty, but to me that looks way too much like, hey, give me a chocolate and vanilla swirl. Like I get the point of the Torch of Freedom, like the Statue of Liberty, but I'm gonna move this one. I think it's the concept is good, but I think the execution, it looks too much like an ice cream cone. I'll put it down here. I'm gonna put it down here, down in level D. Let's see. Two ice cream cone. I mean, it looks like a great ice cream cone. I'm sure I would love it. I probably would have added sprinkles, but that's me. All right, I like this. We've got the acorn and the oak leaf. Oak is very symbolic, used on a lot of our coins. Well, maybe not a lot of our coins, but definitely used on the reverse of the new Type 2 Silver Eagles, because it is not only our national tree, but a symbol of strength. So I do kind of like, we have the oak leaf, showing that symbol of strength, but also that acorn kind of, again, planting a seed and growing, liberty and spreading the idea of liberty. So I like the symbolism of that. I'm going to put that oak leaf, I'm going to put that in level B. I like it a lot in concept. I like the look of it, but I don't think it's my favorite one either, though. So let's see what's going to land in my favorite category. We'll see. We shall see. All right, here's a different take on Lady Liberty. Kind of like Statue of Liberty, but just a modern image of Lady Liberty there. It just kind of looks like you're taking the Statue of Liberty and putting in a little different look, African American version of Lady Liberty. It's nice, but I feel like it's kind of just taking the Statue of Liberty and redoing it. I don't feel like it's too novel of a concept. This to me is this is the Australian breakdancer from the Olympics doing her thing. I'm not feeling this one. This just looks like some somebody from the Ministry of Silly Walks, and they put it on a coin. So I don't know. I'm just not feeling that one. This one I'm going to put down near I'll put this in the D level. I'm not loving the Velociraptor breakdance move, high relief gold Liberty concept. I don't know. This, I think, with a little refinement, I would like. I kind of, it's kind of a, newer take on Lady Liberty. She's got the crown like the Statue of Liberty. You've got these stars superimposed. You've got a moon even hiding in here. I feel like it could use a little tightening up, but I kind of do like the way the hair flows. I think that would probably look pretty cool in a high relief, coming off of the coin and filling the coin. Plus over here, this is the sun. It took me a second to recognize that was the sun shining there. I was going to say points for this looks like a football, and I'm a football fan. Like I said, I kind of like it in concept. I think I'd like to see it cleaned up a little bit. I'll put it kind of in the middle. But I do like the idea of the flowing hair. I think that's like a little different look that could probably be really cool if executed properly. All right, there's a cute young girl, Lady Liberty. Again, different look for Miss Liberty. I kind of like it, but I don't love it. I don't hate it. It's kind of, I'm going to put it right in the middle. This is very classic. I like this, again, probably only because I've been a student of coins for my whole life, and this is a very classic look, very reminiscent of ancient coins, which, back in the early 1900s when Theodore Roosevelt approached Augustus St. Gaudens and wanted him to redesign our coins and beautify them because he thought the designs were of atrocious hideousness at the time. He recommended St. Gaudens kind of look to the classics, the ancient Greeks and Romans, but especially the Greeks. This is a very kind of ancient Greek coin, also reminiscent of kind of some earlier French coins. I like this. It's very traditional. I probably, it's a series that's supposed to be really doing new ideas for Liberty. So for that reason, maybe I should put it a little lower. but I don't know. I just really like it. See, this is cool. This is like an old naval ship, like a pirate ship or something. You got Lady Liberty on the bow there, like you see those carved wood mermaids usually on the front of a wooden sailing ship, which I kind of like. You know, I think traditionally that might have been a punishment, like you're being court-martialed and they make you walk the plank. But I'm thinking more of those inanimate carved women that were on the bow of the ship. I like it just because it's unique, and I do kind of like that maritime artwork look. So I'm going to put Lady Liberty on the bow of a ship up in my A category for now. Okay, here we have young woman walking with her books and the American flag. I like this. This is very reminiscent of that desegregation image that we know from the 60s. Although this doesn't look as little of a girl. She's a little, maybe she's the teacher. She looks like she's maybe in her 20s. It's kind of an interesting take on liberty. I like the flag. I'm going to put that, you know, I'm going to put it in the middle here. Well, I'm going to put it in category C only because I see that the next one that's coming is a play on that, and I think I like the next one better. The next one now, she has the student there carrying the torch of enlightenment, which leads the way for liberty, carrying the flag. I like this with like the teacher, student, or maybe mother and daughter. That one I think I like better than just the single woman together there. So I'm going to move this one up to the next higher tier here. You can tell a lot of these were done by probably the same artists, did different groups of them. They might have submitted 2 or 3 or 4 different versions. So this is actually a different play on it. This looks more like going back, instead of from the 60s to the civil rights movement, this looks like it's going more back to the beginning of the 20th century, that Susan B. Anthony and women's right to vote era. It's kind of cute too. I think I like the more modern version of the two, so I'm going to put that one back down by this other one of the woman carrying the flag. This one I love. This I think is so cool because I've never seen something like this. It's Lady Liberty carving herself out of the marble. We see this kind of artwork over and over, but we don't see the kind of creation. It's like Lady Liberty, basically working and fighting her way to her own freedom and liberty and freeing herself from kind of the bondage of this stone pillar of marble. This I think is just super cool because, like I said earlier, I like when they do these very, very new concepts that I've never seen before, but I also kind of am stuck with just this kind of gut feel that I like the more traditional style, and this kind of does that. You've got that traditional style, but a completely new take on it. I'm going to put this one up at the very top. I think this is the first one I'm going to put up in this S superb category. I really, really like that one a lot. And again, this too, the buffalo. I mean, the Mustang that was done a few years back was a huge success. The buffalo, we've seen it on the nickel coin. We've seen it on other coins. They do a gold buffalo. They did a commemorative that was the imagery from the buffalo nickel. This American bison running on the plain. It's a very iconic American image, but it's also portrayed in a new way. This one I really love. I really love that one. I'm going to put it up here again because I'm cheating a little because I can see the next one, and I think I'm only seeing a thumbnail, but when I see this big image, I have a feeling my mind is going to be blown. Let's see. And it is. See, this is again, it's an iconic kind of traditional American image of this American bison, this buffalo, but it's busting through a fence. So it's such a new portrayal of just, liberty, freedom, just busting loose from, the shackles of tyranny. Like this is just super cool. I'm putting that all the way up in the S for superb or super top tier. I love that. Love that. See, this is interesting. You've got Lady Liberty, and you got all these iconic American animals. You've got the the bear, you've got the cougar or the mountain lion, you've got that beautiful deer, you got like a 7-pointer there, so big buck. You've got this owl. I mean, this is super cool. I kind of like the owl. I'm kind of missing the eagle. I'd imagine the reverse of this coin probably would have an eagle on it. But I like that it's an owl, that it's a different bird that we're not used to seeing. You know, I'm not sure if I love Lady Liberty's hair, this kind of reminiscent of Flames, kind of punk rock hairspray, Lady Liberty. But with a little refinement, I'd probably really love this. You know, she looks a little, you know, we like our Lady Liberty to kind of portray, you know, we've got, obviously she's got that torch of enlightenment showing, you know, when enlightenment leads the way, you know, freedom and liberty follow. She's got that shield to defend ourselves. Liberty looks a little too tough for me. I feel like, you know, she might beat me up, so I'd like to see her maybe a little less tough looking. But I still like this concept a lot. I'm going to put this up in category A. And then we have one last design, and then let's see how this all pans out. It's kind of interesting take. You know, she's got kind of this, almost looks like a Captain America tattoo on her bicep here. She's got kind of this, instead of an olive branch, it's more of that crown that was awarded back in the Olympic days. Kind of a cool take on the torch. I like the rays. You know, her neck just seems a little too giraffe-like for me. And I like it, but I'm going to put that one, I'll put that right solidly in the B category. So there it is. We went through 28 different designs. There's some really spectacular artists working with the U.S. Mint today. It's pretty remarkable what these artists are doing today. You know, in the old days it was only artists who were full-time Mint employees, but now the Mint has a program where they work with outside artists to give their input and submit designs. They have a Citizens Coin Advisory Committee with a group of people who review these designs, and they give feedback, and they come back and forth until they finalize the design. And with it, we are getting some of the greatest numismatic art ever. I mean, look at all of these designs. You know, I'm sure some of you agree with me. I'm sure some of you disagree. I'd love to hear about it. Put some comments in here. Follow us. Like us. Again, this was a lot of fun for me reviewing all of these U.S. Mint designs. I can't wait to see what they actually choose and what comes out later this year. I'm sure whatever they do is going to be just phenomenal. Give us a like, follow us, subscribe, and let us know in the comments. Shoot us a message. If you enjoy this kind of tier list, I'd love to come back and do this with the reverse designs, because there's about 24 designs that go with these obverses that could potentially be on the back of this coin.